Day. It's going to be a good day. Got some Sunday morning hockey coming your way here. As PHC will be in their home whites, coming stream left to right against the Middlesex Islanders. We've seen some very good hockey this weekend. This one we expect to be a very high-paced game. Stay with us. When the Zam's done, we'll be back for live action. All right, just checking back in. If you're just joining us, the game prior to us ran a little long. So the Zam's still on the ice. They're finishing up now. Mace looks like he's dropping a puddle right in that primary scoring area. As the Zam exits, the teams will wait for the ref, set the nets, and then we'll get underway for some Sunday morning hockey. Up here in the Boston metro area, live from the Bog Ice. Hang with us. We'll be back for live action soon. All righty. We're live for game 5 up here in the Boston metro area. PHC home whites going left to right here. Middlesex Islanders in their orange sweaters. We'll be going from right to left. Refs are setting the nets. Warm-up clock has started. So we'll be live inside the next 5 minutes. We'll go over keys of the game. We gotta play the blue lines aggressively. We got to win the battles there, as this team will move the puck. Watch them play. We played them last year. They'll move that. Good first pass. Quickly flip the ice. There may be a second or third pass to the neutral zone. They will enter the zone and try to play it back to that PSA. And they have some big bodies that camp out right in the 95% scoring zone. So we got to play fast. We got to play transition. Try to own the blue lines. Hopefully get after them early. If you're listening, I've given some birthday shout outs this weekend. Sorry. Belated one goes out to a longtime listener, John Prawn. Happy birthday. Hope you're listening and enjoying the birthday weekend. All right, there's 30 seconds left on this warm-up clock. Horns will sound, pucks will come in, they will gather at their nets, fire each other up, go into their benches for last-minute instruction, and then we'll be underway here. So that horn sounds. We're about to bring you game 5. All right, teams are at their benches getting their last instruction. Like I said, we expect this one to be a fast one. We have to be aware of the lanes and try to disrupt as much as possible. Certainly our net front contained, and make sure they're not playing it back across. All right, PHC breaking from the bench with the 1-2-3. Who are we? PHC. Coach Sauer sends out Declan Spittle between Beast Mode, Dannenhauer, Joshua the Flash Fazio. Rick Mousy and Carr on the blue line to start. Coltman Williams in the crease. It's one back. Islanders will step through. They'll come through, fire it in, and bury it right off the opening draw as the winger jumped through, picked the puck up, and they took it right down the middle. So, face-offs, much like a set play, is where you gain possession. They gain possession. They entered right down the middle, walk through, deposit in the back of the net. 8 seconds in, Islanders up 1-0. Cucharero takes this draw, puts it back to Winton, Winton will collect, push it back out in the neutral zone where it's picked off by the Islanders. Dylan Pacelli putting the forward pressure on. He's trying to win this puck off the boards, but the Islanders get there, pushing it forward, play it out into the center. Gerberbeck will collect, chips it forward, but met by orange jerseys. Into the line, Nooner will get it, step, put it right back out in the neutral zone. Gerberbeck trying to get it off the boards, but we're just throwing it up. We're not stepping out into the middle. So they enter, they drive back down, they throw it back across. Save made. Williams hangs on to it. So we got defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. Poutrero to take it between Gerberbeck and Pacelli, with Maurer and Shane on the back end. They win it to the unmarked man. They're going to drive down in the corner with it. Pull back up in reverse. Throw it out in front. Not one but two. Now they'll play it back out to the point. Fire it back in wide of Williams. Islanders collect below the net. Trying to get it out. But throwing up the boards, kept in at the point. They'll get it off the half wall. Good stick by Poutrero. Now Pacelli will play it forward to him, but unable to get it over the stick of the Islanders defender. They play it back in for that automatic offsides. Neutral zone draw just outside the PHC zone. Spittle out between Sauer and Nunichuk. Still got Maurer and Shane Zabisky on the back end. This one's going to be dumped down. They wave the icing off. Nunichuk will get in on it. It's wrapped around. Spittle will try to cut it off in the far corner. Tips it off the boards himself. He's met with two orange jerseys. He's looking for support. Sauer will get in there. They throw it at the wall. It's kept by Maurer. Bounces off the wall, out in the front, and then pucks are out by the orange jerseys. It's ping-ponging along the boards, kept in by Nunichuk. Spittle will collect a turn, fires off a couple sticks, bounces in. Islanders goaltender makes the paddle stop and hangs onto it. So we'll leave the same offensive unit out there, but they'll put Big Mike Winton, who we're glad to see back after sustaining a little ankle injury last night, and he's back feeling good. And now we got Carr out there with him. Sauer collects, puts it wide of the net, and Nunichuk will get in. Pin the guy. Spittle plays it to the point. Carr collects, turns, fires, hits a body, gets up over the net. But they're looking to the point. Spittle tries to play this one back across in front. Puck's bouncing around and stick to side. Collected by the Islanders, and they'll look to transition now. Make that first pass. Eyes are up. They're trying to zone entry. Contained outside the dot line. Forced behind the net. And Nunichuk will try to collect at the hash marks. Throws it up the boards. Kept in by the point. Thrown back down. Winton will stick this aside. Clear it out in the center seam. And Spittles has a step. But the Islander defender able to close. They play it back up, and now there's transition coming the other way. We'll step in. Fire. Carr wears it. Bounces off him. Gets through. And Williams gets his paddle on it. Covers it up. If you're just joining us, 12:20 left in the first period. Islanders out to an early 1-0 lead. 8 seconds into this one. But hopefully we've taken a deep breath, can settle it down. We started to see some puck movement and opportunities coming the other way. Poutrero to take this defensive zone draw. Puck's bouncing around. Zabisky tries to collect. It's played out in front. Nooner will stick that aside. Islanders pick it off. Poutrero fights through one, but unable to get through the second. Islanders turn, fire, blockered off, and then off the top of the net by Williams. But now they're saying that they're sprayed with a high stick by the Islanders. So we'll come 200 feet down the other end. There is no penalty for that. You just can't play the puck with the stick above the crossbar, as it's whistled dead for high sticking and results in a defensive zone draw for the offending team. So Poutrero trying to win this one back. Islanders jump through the lane, clear the zone. Shane picks it off in the neutral zone, plays it back ahead. He gets it to Poutrero. Poutrero just fires this one in deep into the corner where Fazio will get after it. They play it up the boards. It's kept in by Nooner. Nooner puts it back down the boards, but the defenseman read it, steps up, and immediately flips that ice. Shane will close on it, chips it forward, but They play it back out into that center lane, play it back out to the wall, and then back out to the center lane where the D steps in, fires. Williams sees it, grabs it with the catch glove, hangs onto it. We'll have a defensive zone draw to his left. And now our personnel is out there, Spittle centering between Gerberbeck and Pacelli. Carr and Maurer on the back end. Islanders win this back to the point. They look to go point to point. They escape, step back in, fire one in, shave with the glove, and then he falls on it. No extracurricular activity on that one. We'll reset through it from the same dot, run it back. Islanders win it through, put it back to the point, play it down to the half wall. They step off that wall. They play it back across to the guy sitting in the top of the house, but Pacelli lifts a stick, able to fight it off. He ties up on the boards. Carr's helping him. He pokes it forward to Pacelli. Pacelli sticks to the side, trying to get it back out in the center. But they swarmed by red jerseys. It hits a pad, comes back out. They're trying to contain. They always play it back out into that center lane where 95% of the hockey goals are scored. Good transition. This one's played ahead to Pacelli. Pacelli will get into the zone, dump it deep, look to get in after it. They'll reverse it back around. And now they're going to look to skate this one out. They get support above it, out into the neutral zone. Spittle will put the forecheck on. Gets a stick on it, bounces out into the neutral zone where the Islanders will collect. They'll enter the line with two. We have enough white jerseys there in support. They play it back out in front, but the house was clogged up. Carr sticks it out to the sideboards. We'll force him back behind the net, gets a stick on it, pushes it up. He's trying to play it. He gets it to Pacelli. Pacelli plays it back across for Gerberbeck. But streaking in, coming off their bench was the Islanders, but the PHC team is able to recover the puck, get it to the red line and dump it in, and they pull up for the change. So now we have Anizio trying to get there. Sauer and Pucciarello out there with Winton and Shaner on the back end. It's fired in wide of Williams. Winton will collect off the end boards. Islanders will recover it, step back down, play it back out to the point, D to D. Good pressure by Sauer. Forcing to play it down the boards where the Islanders will collect. Looking to play it back into that center. They play it across. Sauer's there. Sauer gets a step. He gets past one. He's got one to beat. He's got Anizio with him. He gets across the line. He's going to pull up. He's going to fire. Gets off a stick. Gets up over the net. Anizio will try to get to it in the corner. Sauer gets in there. Tries to recover the puck and play it back out in front, but it's sticked aside by the Islanders. Islanders will play it forward. Gets out into the neutral zone. And now we have a streaking guy coming in. Carr gets back in the contain. And Williams takes the opportunity to step out and challenge at the top of that crease. Swallows that one up in his breadbasket. So again, there's a fast transition game as we expect that the Islanders will attack with speed in their zone entries. We cannot afford to get sucked to the boards defensively. It's fired in. Colton makes a big save, sliding left to right. Keeps out of the back of the net. But I was just saying, we can't get stuck along the boards. We have to play out. We have to worry about net front contain and that transition. Spittle wins this one in the half wall. Carr will collect. Puts it up for Fazio. Fazio gets it out to the point. It's kept in. Spittle wears it. Now he's coming the other way. He's got Dannenhauer and Fazio with him. But we carry it in, dump it in. Now we got to get after it. Fazio cuts it off. They play it back across. Dannenhauer collects. He turns. He fires. Bouncing around. Fazio finds it. Throws it in. Save made. It's loose. It's still loose. Still loose. Side of the net. It's still loose. Bouncing around. Winton will step to this one. Trying to keep it active and alive. He puts it back behind the net on the second effort. Dannenhauer will try to cut it off on the far wall. Maurer steps to it. Spittle will collect and regroup to Michael Winton. Michael Winton will try to play this one up. Plays it back across for Maurer. We fumbled that puck, and now the Islanders are coming the other way. They break down those boards, trying to come back across, but good stick by Billy Maurer to momentarily break up the threat. Now the Islanders will walk into the zone. They'll go around the net here. Maurer stays in contain. They'll play it back down in the corner where Spittle will get after it. And now he's in contain. They play it back across. Dannenhauer read it. Chips it out into the neutral zone, but the Islanders coming off the bench are able to collect it. Turn and get their toes up, and they're coming the other way. Get across the line. Spittle's there. But the Islanders get it. They play it back at top. Big save made. Rebound opportunity unable to be put back. Now Fazio collects. He's trying to come the other way. Sauces it up to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer trying to play it across. Puts it into the skates of the defender. Spittle will collect. Fazio looking to put it on as his line mates pulled up for a change. So Fazio doing a good job as a one-man crew. Waiting for the sport to arrive, and now the Islanders collect. They'll get it, but good back pressure by Joshua Fazio. Gets a little too much of the guy. And they're tangled up, and he'll go to the box for interference. So we will be man down. 6:41 left in the first. Defensive zone draw to the right of Williams. We got Pucciarello and Gerbervec up front to kill this one off. Nunez and Zarbisky. They pull Nunez. They put Carr out, so Carr and Zarbisky on the back end. Islanders jump after it, but Shane able to get to the puck, trying to clear it. Clears it into an Islander. And now we have two guys below our own goal. As Pucciarello was trying to help, and now Carr steps to it. They play it back out in front. Luckily, Gerbervec was there to collect, but he'll fire it down. That'll go 200 feet for an icing. We'll come back down. We'll have an defensive zone draw to the left of Colton Williams. So we'll try it from the other side here. Pucciarello tries to get it back, but the Islanders collect it, win it. Go D to D and fire back across the center, so they don't have a shoot first mentality. As I told you, you watch them. They try to create time and space and work it back into that 95% zone. It's played out in front, stick to side by Winton. We lose it, but able to recover. Carr will stick this one away. But it's kept in at the point. Carr will meet them along boards. Let them play behind the net. Walk it back out to the stick. Good stick by Gerbervec. It's fired back in. Gets off the iron. Comes back across. Or Pucciarello will try to chip it up, but it's kept in by the Islanders. And now we go to work in the corner. Again, we're collapsed with our guys a little too low and all on the same side. They play it back across. They fire it in. Carr wears that one. But we can't get it out of the zone. They step back across that house. They throw it in. Doesn't get through as it hit Winton. Pucciarello will collect it. He chips it forward to Gerbervec. Gerbervec's going to try to drive with the big frame of his. Gets through. Has an opportunity. Tries to go short side, but gloved the side and fought off by the Islanders goalkeeper. We were back to full strength as we killed that one off. Pacelli will take the angle on the puck. Try to step off the wall. He does. Then chips past one. Spittle trying to chip. Pacelli following it up, unable to get it through, and now the Islanders are coming the other way. They get across the line. They play it into the middle, but Sauer's waiting there. Sauer trying to chip it forward. It's kept in by the Islanders. Where Maurer will now collect. He'll put on the brakes. Try to play it forward. Put it up the boards. It's kept in at the point. Fired in. Gloved and hung onto by Williams. Using that reset strategy. So we got Spittle between Sauer and Yanutsiuk with Maurer and Zarbisky. They're going to unmark the guy. Islanders, let's see if they adjust. They win it to that unmarked man, who will drop it to the point. We'll put it back down to that unmarked man. He steps off, plays at the far point, turns, fires, gets into the back of the net. So that's textbook hockey right there, ladies and gentlemen. They do not shoot first. They pass first. There was 1, 2, 3 looks, and then the fire through traffic. So, again, unmarking some men and then caught running around. They work it to the guy that was left open. Good recognition. Islanders collect. They'll play it back to their D. Fazio trying to win this puck battle along the wall. Carr keeps it in momentarily, and now they whistle it dead. As they said, it did catch enough white ice above that blue line. So we got Pucciarello between Dannenhauer and Fazio with Nooner and Carr. Pucciarello wins this one back. Carr will step to it. He's going to take some extra ice. We'll reverse back up, looking for Fazio. Where the Islanders will tie up and play it back down. Play it back out in front. Played in on Williams, and he scoops this one up. .351 left in the first period. The away team, Middlesex Islanders, holding on to a 2-0 lead. Carr will play it around the boards. Dannenhauer will collect at the hash mark, but he throws it up the boards to where we're supposed to be, and the Islanders keep this one in. So it's played back down, picked up in the middle. Carr kicks to the side. Dannenhauer collects, plays it out. It's kept in at the point. Where we're throwing pucks here in this first period, we got to possess the puck. It's a very key thing. Possess the puck. So Pucciarello will get to this one. But he's met by an Islander. They step off the wall. They play it back across, paddle the side. Thrown up, kept in, chipped off the wall. Pucciarello will collect. Islanders will step through the zone, looking to play it back down to the guy coming off the half wall. But hits a couple feet, but they recollect it. We'll play it back across, read by Fazio, chips past the streaking defender, and now he's going to collect on the wall. Gets into the zone. He's got Dannenhauer driving net, throws it in. Goaltender fights it off, does not give up the rebound opportunity as we had bodies going to the net. But hung on to, keeps this game at 2-0. So now we have Declan Spittle, center, and Pacelli and Gerbevac. Winton and Zarbisky on the back end. Spittle wins this one to Shane. Shane will turn and fire it down, where Pacelli is met by a body knock, but able to contain and hold on to that puck, even though he was knocked off his feet. Pacelli will gain control in the corner, chips it off the end wall to himself. Spittle steps into the lane, takes the puck, comes around to the other side where Johnny Gerbevac will get there, hit and pin, but the Islanders come off the wall with it. They play it right up to that center seam. They'll drive across the red. They get in. They'll drive wide outside. They'll go around this net. And now they'll look to set up. Reverse back down. He's looking for support. They cycle it to the guy below the line, who steps back out in front, tries to stuff it home. But Williams stays on that post and keeps the puck out of the back of the net. Referee will reset the pipes. Make sure they're pegged in as it was knocked from its moorings. And now we'll have a defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. It's one out to the sideboards where Pacelli will collect. It's hauled down, but play continues. They throw it back across, stick to side by Shane. But played back in quickly. The Islanders will collect. They turn, they play it back out into that PSA. They turn, hits a skate. They collect it, fire it in, kick save made as that puck was fired crisply along the ice, but Williams keeps out of the back of the net. Winton will step to this one, use the big frame of his to protect that puck. He plays it around the Pacelli. Pacelli's going to go hard off the boards when he gets it in the neutral zone, but it's collected by the Islanders, and they look to flip that ice. Unable to do so, but it gets onto the wall. Gerbevac trying to fight off of it. He's tackled. No call. They're tangled up. Chipped it out, played out. Nooner coming off the bench, keeps it, turns, fires. Wide of the net. So Spittle trying to collect it. It's played in. Played up. Car there to contain momentarily, but they flip that ice. They play 85 feet laterally. It's Sauer back there coming off the bench, able to intercept it, play it around, but we play it to the wall where there's no winger. So there's a whistle behind the play. I don't know who it is. 14 with a hook. 14 on the Islanders. Might have been a little bit of a makeup call. So we'll go to the power play brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Stop in there, celebrate Labor Day. Hopefully you're able to relax today and tomorrow before we get back to that work week. So take some time for yourself. Go to Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Tell them Dan Shaw sent you. Contreras wins it to Fazio. Fazio puts it on net. Paddle save made, bounces out, but he's able to swallow it back up. So we'll do it from the same dot to the left of the Islanders goalie. We got Pucciarero, Fazio, and Denenhauer up front with Carr and Winton on the back end. They play it back to Carr. Carr plays it across to Winton. Winton steps, fires it back across for Spittle, or Pucciarero, sorry. But the Islanders collect. They play it out in the neutral zone. Carr will fight this one off, waiting, and then plays it in as his line mates were able to get back north of the blue line. Islanders collect. They play it out. It's held by Winton. Winton's going to walk with this one. He's going to walk. Fires. Glove the side by the defender. Denenhauer will collect behind the net. We'll cycle it down to Pucciarero. Pucciarero will walk up the half wall. Play it out to Winton. Winton turns, fires. Saved. Comes off the end board. We're trying to collect it. Pucciarero coming out the other side with it. He'll throw it up the boards waiting for Winton, but we were expecting a cycle back the other way. Winton does his best to hang on to that one. Horn sounds for the end of the first period. We go into the first intermission down 2. So they'll reset, come out, try to make some in-game adjustments. Hang with us. We'll be back in 120 seconds. All right, we're coming back for the second period. We do have a man-up opportunity for 38 clicks. So hopefully we can get something adjusted and get after it. Islanders are waiting out at that dot. Coach Sauer sends out Winton and Carr on the back end with Spittle, Pacelli, and Gerberbeck up front. Williams takes the net at the far end. So we're man up for 38 seconds. Let's see if we can get something started here. The Islanders win it. They step through, much like the opening draw of the first period. They collect it. They play this one in. It'll get around. Islanders will get there first. But Pacelli cuts it off. Trying to bulldoze through. The Islanders play it back across, but Winton will collect. He's got some white ice in front of him. Waits for Gerberbeck to get ahead of him. Gerberbeck collects, puts it deep. And now we need to dump and change as we get one change. 5 seconds left. The Islanders collect behind their own net. They play it up the wall. Winton will step in and collect this one. Tries to chip it towards the net. Pacelli will collect this off the end wall. We're back to even strength. Spittle will collect. Brings it around the wall. Gerberbeck trying to get there. Sticks come up, but the Islanders fight it off. Winton reads it well. Keeps it in, fires it low off the far pad. Pacelli will collect this one at the hash marks. Islanders will chip it forward, though. Sully doing his best to keep it live. Looking for support. Spittle's in there. He comes away with it. Chips it into the corner, and they'll pull up for a change as the Islanders will collect behind their own net. They get their toes up, their heads up, and they're looking to hit the neutral zone with numbers and speed. Good stick by Michael Winton. But the Islanders collect. They play forward. They get in. They drive down. Play it into the corner where they'll collect it. It's outnumbered. Islanders come away with it. They'll step out into the corner. They'll play it back down in the cycle. Looking to play it out front. They'll step around, not like what they're looking at. Good contained by the PHC. Pucks bounce around. It's played out front. Not one, but two stops. The third one is put back by Williams, or past Williams, but he made two big stops. That third one gets out there. But again, it's stretching that ice, looking for the guy that has a scoring opportunity. So we said in the opening, they will be patient and they will work it back into that 95% zone inside the PSA. And they are patient and they wait for it, so we can't lose net front contain or start to chase pucks. Islanders collect. They'll come across the blue line. They'll play it deep. Nunez will get after it. Islanders collect it and keep it live, but Spittle will cut this one off. He's going to opt to skate this one out of the zone, but the Islanders hold the line. Second effort, he gets it out into the neutral zone, but the Islanders, weak side D, was back to recover and keep it live. Now there's a lot of bodies down, all incidental contact. Islanders step through, come in, they get to the dot, walk it back through, they play it back across, moving laterally, and bury it for another quick strike. 4-0 Middlesex. They'll leave this line out. Danenhauer, Spittle, and Fazio. Actually, PHC just whistled for a timeout, or just asked for a timeout. So the refs blow the whistle. Teams will report to their benches. Try to settle things down. Get the morale back up, as there's a lot of hockey left. PHC being awarded some extra time on this timeout. But the ref blows his whistle, calling them back out for the center ice face-off. Just joining us, 12:34, second period. The guest team, the Middlesex Islanders, up 4-0. So we got Spittle with Pacelli and Gerbevec, Maurer and Nooner on the back end. Go under the line, fires one far pad, kick the side, kept in. Billy blocks it with his skate, chips it off the glass, and Pacelli chips it into the neutral zone. Gerbevec trying to drag past the defender, unable to do so. So the Islanders collect the puck, and then they go. They turn, they fire. Gloved and hung on to by Williams. So we'll have a defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. We got a line change happening on both sides. We have Carr and Shane on the back end with Fazio, Puntrero, and Danenhauer taking the draw. The Islanders tie up, step through, it's played in the corner. Puck battle ensues. working around. Zabriskie was able to hit and pin, allowing Dannenhauer to collect the puck and then play it forward. They play it forward. Carr's following it up. He'll collect. He'll play it in the center lane for Fazio. Stick aside by the Islanders. Recovered and they'll get the toes up and look to come. They play it weak side and then look to play it back off the wall, but there's a puck battle tied up. Now steps off the wall. Islanders will enter the line. Good stick by Zabriskie, but the Islanders coming with numbers. Turn, fire, gloved, and hung on to by Williams. So we'll change it up. We got Maurer and Witten on the back end with Spittle between Anitsiuk and Sauer. 11:18 left here in the second period. The Islanders play it with an unmarked man. They'll come right down to the corner with it. Reverse up, and now they're going to look to play it back across the center. Anitsiuk trying to close on it, but allows them to walk off the boards. They step across the top of that PSA. They'll 10-2 and play it back to the point, and now they'll go D to D. They'll walk with it. They look all the way back across. Read by Sauer. He picks it off, and now he has a step coming the other way. He's out in front, in alone. Fires it, buries it, 5-hole. So very nice read by Lucas, the Sour Patch Kid. He knew they were coming back across, as they oftentimes do. He looked to play lateral. He reads it, steps to it, and creates a breakaway going the other way. So hopefully that'll give us a little life. 4-1. Nice trip down the ice. Started with a beautiful read at the top of the house. Islanders will win this draw. They collect to play it up the near boards. Maurer will step and try to play it out, but picked off, and they try to enter, but there was a skate still south of the blue line, so they're whistled dead for the automatic offsides. Now we got Dannenhauer out between the money man and G, with Nooner and Shane on the back end. Puck is dropped. The Islanders will win it back. Looking to play it across. Gerberbeck jumped the lane. But the Islanders collect. They'll dump it deep. Shane will step to this one and ring it around the wall, but the Islanders will read it, pinch in. Play it back out in front. Good stick. Good contain by Ethan Nunez. That gets out into the neutral zone. They'll collect it. Play it back in. But there was an Islander still in the zone, so whistle dead for another automatic offsides. As I remind you, there is no tag up at this level anymore in USA hockey. So we'll have an offensive zone draw, as they say. It was intentional. To the right of the Islanders' goalkeeper. Dannenhauer wins it back to Nooner. Nooner fires it forward, hits a bunch of skates. Gerberbeck tries to get a stick on it, but it's collected by the Islanders. The Islanders are looking to come the other way. They collected after that first pass. They immediately look to throw it in the second lane. Dannenhauer will step off the wall with it. He's got Pacelli up with him. He'll drive center. He's going to chip it forward. Pacelli will step to it. He's going to fire it in. Kicked aside by the Islanders goalkeeper. Now Pacelli's fighting 1-on-2. Dannenhauer gets there in support, trying to win the puck, but the Islanders then bring the third guy in. They collect. They come out of the scrum. They play it forward. Gerberbeck able to fire it back in. Pacelli now has the forecheck on. The Islanders will come around the other side. And then Islanders collect. They're coming the other way with it. They step out of the neutral zone. We try to ride them off on the boards, but they step into that zone. They play it back across the center. Met with a stick. But they'll collect. They'll pull back up and go to the point. Pacelli read it. He's going to chip it forward. Hopefully that doesn't have too much legs because Fazio's on it, but Fazio is able to close that gap with his speed. He gains puck control. He's going to come around the net. Eyes up. He's looking for support, but we're in the midst of a line change, and now he looks and fires it back down to Spittle in the corner. Spitz collects, plays it back across. Poutrier gives it the call. Carl will turn on fire. Gets in, hangs on to it. So we'll line up to the left of the Islanders goalie. Spittle will take the draw. Fazio on the half wall, Pucciarero out in the slot. Winton and Carr on the points. Spittle wins this one back. Islanders step to it. Carr will keep. Plays it back in. It's kicked aside by the Islanders, but Pucciarero will cut it off. He'll play it deep in the corner where it's gloved down. Islanders will collect. Play it back up the wall. Read by Pucciarero. Trying to step off the wall. Met with the stick of the Islanders. Now the Islanders are coming through the neutral zone the other way. Winton's in contain. We'll keep him outside. Play back across. Stick aside by Carr. And then Spittle. And then Fazio trying to play it out. Carr will collect. Chip it forward looking for Spittle, but the bouncing around. Good stick and recovery by Spittle. But the Islanders now gain control behind the net. They're going to try to step around. It's read by Williams. And after the second or third hack at it, as he was standing tall on that post, it's blown dead. Good recognition. To keep it out of the back of the net. We'll change it up. Defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. You got Dannenhauer between Sauer and Ranucciuk. With Maurer and Shaner on the back end. Bounces out. Ranucciuk fighting through one check, fighting through two. Sauer joins him, pokes it forward. He gets on his horse. He's going to drive in. He's knocked off the puck. And the Islanders will come out the other way. They'll reverse back up. Ranucciuk putting the pressure on, and Dannenhauer in support. Gains control of that puck. Islanders close in on it, play it forward, kick it out in the neutral zone where Maurer will collect and play it back up. Ranucciuk now in on the forecheck. They will use their own net. They'll play it off their own boards. Kept in by Shane Zarbisky momentarily, but now it gets out into the neutral zone. He plays it across for Ranucciuk. Ranucciuk unable to collect, and now it'll be chipped out into the neutral zone where the Islanders will flip that puck 85 feet and look to come in the other way. They drive wide. They're contained. They'll reverse back up. Play it up to the point. They'll play it back down to the half wall. Islanders step through with it, but good recovery by Dannenhauer, able to pick a pocket. Now he chips it wide to himself. He's going to get after it. He's got Ranucciuk and Sauer in front. Dannenhauer fires it back across, hits the corner, and now it's coming all the way back the other way in transition. Munoz closes the gap. They play it back out in front, stick aside by Zarbisky. He's hauled down, the arm goes up, and we will have a tripping call on the Middlesex Islanders. We will go back to the man up, brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Stop in there, enjoy a Crusher sandwich, tell them you're fastest friend. Goaltender change as we're at the 6-minute, 36-second mark of the second period. Ellie Shaw comes in to take the reins on the crease for the second half of this one. Spittle out between Gerberbeck and Pacelli. Puck's tied up. Pacelli gains control, fires it towards the net. Unable to get through. The Islanders collector coming the other way. 3-on-2. Good stick by Winton. This was dumped in. Carr will go back to grab this one. He's going to try to reverse, but read by the Islanders. Now they'll come up the wall. They'll dump it back down. This will be rung around. Pacelli will get after it. He's trying to play it back out into the center seam. Carr follows it up. He gets it, chips it forward. It's played by the Islanders, so there is no icing. And now we got to get in on it as we're man up. We have to put some forecheck on here. Rung around. Kept in by Winton. Off a Spittle stick. The Islanders will collect. They'll play it out. Carr's in a foot race. He'll use his big frame to cover that puck. Now he gets his toes up. He's trying to stretch the ice. Gets it ahead for Spittle. Spittle's across the center. Gerberbeck pulls up at the blue line. Spittle drives wide. We'll play it into the corner where Pacelli will collect behind the net. He's met by an Islander defender. Gerberbeck steps to it. He fires it off the side of the net. Now Dannenhauer will collect at the hash marks. He'll play it to the point for Maurer. Maurer will go back down the wall to him, but it's read by the Islanders, and the Islanders will throw this 200 feet. And that will get through Ellie's crease as she was marking it out. And it's whistled dead for the icing. 9 seconds left on the man-up opportunity. Let's see if we can get something on this ensuing offensive zone draw to the left of the Islanders goalkeeper. Dannenhauer wins it to Fazio. Gets out to Shane Zarbisky. Walks the line with it. Plays it over to Pucciarero. It's sticked aside by the Islanders. Pucciarero recovers it, picks a pocket, turns, fires, but the Islanders do not let that get through. They throw it out. It's kept by Maurer. Maurer will walk, throws it back into the center. It's sticked aside by the Islanders, and they're coming the other way. Maurer stands tall at the red line. Fazio helps him support. He gets there. They'll wave off the icing. Pucciarero will set up, trying to walk out of the corner with it. Plays it to Brock Dannenhauer, but it's sticked aside by the Islanders. Islanders collect. They'll play it right back out in the center. They fan on it, so Dannenhauer collects on the half wall. Plays it back out. Kept in by Maurer. Islanders will collect. They'll throw this one out into the neutral zone. Zarbisky will go D to D. Maurer will get it set up. He'll flip it back to Fazio on the far side. Fazio will gain the line. Fire it in, but it's sticked aside. Bounces through. Does not get in on net. The Islanders collect. They throw it. Fazio intercepts it, fires it, hits the back of Dannenhauer. Islanders collect, and now they're coming the other way with numbers. It's a 3-on-2 through the neutral zone. You got Shane containing, keeps him outside that dot line. Good stick, and now the back pressure's there. The support is there. Dannenhauer flips it forward. It's kept in, fired into the far corner where Maurer will collect. Maurer puts it up the wall. It's kept in at this point. And then we step it back down. So there's a battle on the half wall with 3 PHC jerseys in on it. Puck comes out. Pucciarero will collect. He gets a step into the neutral zone. Stick lifted by the back checker. They play it back. Shane will try to go D to D. Maurer will tie up. Now we got 2 defenders on the same board. It's thrown back across, so Dannenhauer will be low and slow here. He's got Pucciarero. He's trying to stretch him. Doesn't get through. It's kept in by Middlesex. Puck bouncing around. Gets out to that blue line. Kept in. Turns, fires, puck's in. Save made by Ellie Shaw. Rebound put high and wide. Dannenhauer will collect it. He'll get off the wall. He's got his eyes up. He's got a burst of steam. He's across the red. He's across the blue. Plays it across for Fazio. Sticked aside by the Islanders defense. And now the Islanders are coming the other way. 5-on-2. They play it across. Carr sticks it aside once, twice, comes back, and Ellie helps him out and makes the glove save. But Carr and Nunez set out on a grill, seeing a 5-on-2. Ill-advised change, but the defenseman kept it contained, and then the shot was there. Ellie was confident, kept it out of the back of the net. Spittle wins this one to the half wall. Noonan will step to it, broke it up the wall, but sealed off by the Islanders. Anuchuk pushes it forward. He gets into the neutral zone. He's got a step. He goes to a 10-2, throws it behind the net where Sauer will get in after it. Sauer pulls up. He'll play it off the end wall. Now he gets into a hit and pin situation. Plays it forward, kicks back out in front. The Islanders will step through, and they're coming with speed. They'll flip it across to the far side. Good stick by Ethan Nunez. So we're whistled dead for a penalty. .21 called for a hook. So we'll be man down as the whistle was blown behind the play. 1:54 left in the second period. PHC down 4-1. Will be called upon the call to kill a man down off for 1:30 here. We got Spittle and Pacelli up front with Winton and Maurer on the back end. Islanders win it back to the point. They'll walk in, they'll stern, they'll fire. Ellie sees it the whole way through traffic. And there's some extracurricular activity in front of her. But Ellie holds on to it. She's still got that puck inner glove. So now the Islanders and PHC, no punitive damage there, but they're calling both. I thought it was kind of soft, but they're trying to keep control of the game. So they'll take 2 more to the box. We'll remain 5 on 4. The Islanders step through it there. Good stick by Maurer. It's played back across. It's bouncing around. Pacelli gains control of it. Gets his pocket pick. They turn and fire. Ellie sees it all the way in. Squeezes it. Another shot coming from that PSA. So PHC remains man down here. We're to face off to the right of Ellie Shaw for another minute and 6 seconds. They win it to the shooter. It's thrown in wide. Merrill will collect, will throw it up the wall. It's kept in at the point. Now the Islanders will walk off the half wall with it. They'll throw it back across. Gets through the crease, out to the far wall. They'll collect. They'll go far D. They'll walk it back in. Top of the slot. Fire. Ellie sees it again. Holds on to it. Swirl chips it forward. The Islanders will collect. And throw it down into the corner. We had 3 guys in the same corner. Thrown back in. Shane will put up the wall. We have 3 white jerseys below the hash mark on the same side. So Shane will come back around the other side off the glass, but it's red by the Islanders. They'll keep it in, keep it live. Pacelli chips it forward. He's trying to bulldoze through, doing everything he can to fight this one out in the neutral zone. But the Islanders recover, contain, they step in, pull the trigger, but this gets off a stick and gets wide. It's put up the wall. Left for the point man, they chip it back down the wall. So the Islanders will come off the wall with it and now step into the corner. They'll use the net. Play it to the support system above. Play it back across. Gets 85 feet off the boards. When Maurer will collect. They'll chip it forward. Gets it out in the neutral zone where Gerberbeck plays it ahead to Spittle. Spittle drags past one. He turns the fire. The horn sounds. And the stick of the Islanders defender keeps that one from getting in on net. So we enter the second intermission down 4-1. We'll make some in-game adjustments. Hang with us. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, we're back for third period action. Pucciarello and Fazio up front. Carr and Nuna on the back end. Pucciarello ties up along the boards. Dannenhauer knocked off his feet, but able to play it ahead to Pucciarello. Pucciarello flips that ice over to Fazio. Fazio is going to get it Steps in across the line, fires it in off the skates of the defender. The play back across the net, finds it back in the net. That's a goal. It's inside the net. So he fires it to the net, sneaks through. So Joshua Fazio throwing it to the net. And as we say, as Wayne Gretzky, the great one himself, once said, you will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So he puts puck in the net. It finds the far side. Now it's a 4-2 game. This one's won back to Carr. Carr's going to play it ahead to Fazio. Fazio chips off the boards, and now they're going to get after it. Cucharero is going to be the first guy on the scene. The Islanders will ring it around the boards. They'll collect. They look to play right back out into that center seam. The PHC steps to it. Kept in by Joshua Fazio. He puts it down to Cucharero in the corner. He's going to turn. He's got down an hour streaking, trying to hit him, but sticked aside by the Islanders defender, and now they're coming the other way. They hit the line with numbers, but we got back pressure coming. Carr steps up, interrupts the pass to the center. Nunez knocked off his feet looking for help. As the Islanders will collect, they'll come off the wall with it. Nooner will step to it. Carr will now step to it to try to wear it. Good stick by Fazio. Carr puts it ahead, and now Carr's going to get on it. He's going to have a rush. He's bodied off the puck, but he leaves it for Cucharero. Cucharero steps in, he turns, he fires. Oh, worn off the shin pad by the Middlesex defender. Middlesex will recover, looking to flip that ice, but Spittle will cut it off. He'll push it forward. Middlesex picks it off, coming the other way. Fazio intercepts, plays it back forward. Islanders able to recover just inside their own line, and they're coming the other way. They come back, they drive in, good stick by Winton. Now Nucciok will collect it. He's going to try to find the streaking Cucharero, but it's sticked aside by the Islanders, and they'll play it back into the PHC zone. It's collected by Winton. He'll use his own net. He'll throw it up. Looking for Sauer. Spittle chips it ahead to Nucciok, and Nucciok gains control. The Islanders take it and knock him off the puck. He's up, ends up on his knees. I think he was on his knees before the Islander got there. So Winton will collect it, tries to play it laterally, where Sauer will collect at the blue line. He ran out of space and runway there. Islanders chip past. They'll play it back in. Now if they enter the zone as they're moving laterally at the blue line, waits for them to get onside and then throws it in, where Zarbisky will pick it up. He's challenged for the puck. The Islanders will kick it up the wall, where Sauer will collect. He hacks through and skates this one out, but the Islanders intercept. They turn back in. They cover from zone. They fire it back across. Ellie stays with it. Nose of the puck. Catches it and hangs onto it. So we're showing some life here early in the third period. 12-16 left in this one. PHC down 4-2. The Islanders win this one. They play it D to D. They play it back across. The guy at the top of the slot, Carr, will step to collect. But cut off by an Islander, so Carr will use his own net now. He'll go D to D to Maurer. Maurer will turn. Play it up the boards for Gerbevec, but it's picked off and kept in by the Islanders. Now Danhauer will step off that wall, trying to step into the center lane. He gets his pocket pick. Islanders drop past, leave it for the guy at the top of the zone, but good recovery by Gerbevec. Pacelli. Carr will step up and body. Pacelli collects the puck. He's going to bank it off the boards, off the glass, but not able to get it out. On the second effort he does, though. Chips it forward, kicks it to himself. Gets it in deep, allowing for a line change, a partial line change. No line change. 1D went. Pacelli's hauled down. No trip called on that one. Play continues. Islanders put it out to the point. Zarbisky trying to keep it, but met with numbers. And now they're coming the other way, but Maurer back there, able to play it forward. They'll collect this one where the money man putting the forecheck on. They play it back across, and now coming the other way. Back check by Danhauer and Pacelli causes it to be blown dead offside as that puck was fired in as the whistle was being blown. Miss Shaw made the save. 10:56 left. We'll have a neutral zone draw just north of the PHC blue line. Spittle to take this one between Cucharero and Fazio. We got Nooner and Shane on the back end. Fazio putting the forecheck on. The Islanders will play it up, gain the line, play it across, through the feet, in on Ellie. She makes the save, makes the second one, and the puck gets behind the net now. Robisky will gain control. Throws it up the boards. It's kept in by the Islanders D. Islanders will step across the PSA. They're going to leave it for the point. Play it back across to the top of the house. 10 and 2, they'll take it back outside. Play it back to the point. Back down the half wall. It gets into the corner. They look back door. It gets over the stick and out to the boards. But as I said in the opening, I'll go back to it. They look to play it to the guy that has the best scoring opportunity. They play it back across. Stick the side wide. Off a Nooner stick. It gets out of the neutral zone, played back in. So be whistled dead. It'll be an opportunity for us to get some fresh legs on the ice, hit reset, and calm down. Neutral zone draw just outside of the PHC bench. We got Winton and Carr on the back end. Dannenhauer centering Anuchiuk and Sauer. Islanders win this one. They're going to gain the red line. They're going to fire it in. They'll get it on the end wall where Winton will collect. He's going to go up the boards. Islanders keep. Anuchiuk ends up on his breezers again. It's played back forward. Winton will play it out, and Anuchiuk will try to challenge. The Irons will quickly collect this one, chip it down to the neutral zone, and as Dannenhauer stepped in with it, we were still south of the blue line, so whistle dead for that offsides. So Carr on that center dot, if they can get it to him, he has some white ice in front of him, but the Islanders win the draw. Puck battle ensues. The Islanders step off the wall with it. Stick lift by Sauer. Good poke check by Winton. Winton's going to skate this one. He's got some ice in front of him. He gets to the red line. He'll flip it towards the net. It'll hit the end wall, bank out, paddle the side by the Islanders goalie. They throw it up the wall where Dannenhauer will collect and chip it into the zone. Islanders use their own net, come back out the other way. Good first pass. They play it right back across, and now they hit the line with speed. And now they're coming back through the middle. They'll use the net. They'll come far the other way. Go D to D with it. Play it back in. Now Carr will challenge. They play it back into the slot. Good stick by Anuchiuk. Dannenhauer collects. Anuchiuk pushes it forward for Sauer. Sauer's going to push this one into the zone. Gets it deep. Rings it around the wall where Spittle's coming off the bench trying to get there. We'll have to pull up as the Islanders look to flip it 85 feet back the other way. They play it good first pass right out into that center seam, but Spittle there to intercept it. Puck never left the line. As the blue line is in, you got to have white ice. But whistle dead for the offsides. So we'll reset. We got Spittle between Johnny G and Dylan Pacelli with Nooner and Maurer on the back end. Puck is played in, pops out in front. Spittle trying to get a step and get it. Put the Islanders close on it. They get their toes up and they hit the line with speed and numbers. They play it back across. Gets north of their trailer and Gerberbeck collects. He gets up ice, loses his footing, and now the Islanders will collect and come back the other way. They're going to gain the line. They cut across the PSA. They turn, they fire. Gets wide as Nunez stepped and closed in on that one. Now a puck battle ensues in the near corner. The Islanders come off the wall with it. They play it forward. But Maurer collects it, and now he'll put it off the wall for Gerberbeck, who was leaking behind the defender. He's got Spittle with him. He collects it. Gerberbeck backhanders it in. Rebound opportunity put back by Declan Spittle as we get pucks in the net, far pad, oftentimes referred to as the best pass in hockey. And they put the rebound back, and it makes it 4-3 with 7:20 left in this one. So now we got Dannenhauer between Fazio and Pucciarero with Maurer and Nunez on the back end. 7:20 left in this one. Dannenhauer plays it back to Maurer. Maurer gains the red line, pushes it forward. Fazio gains it, collects, trying to chip past the defender on the half wall. Islanders will collect, use their own net. It's played out, first pass, and then right back across the center seam, but we're in contain. Good stick by Maurer and Nunez. And it goes the other way. Now Josh is in a foot race to the puck. Long reach of the Islander defender, able to fend off Fazio's streaking attempt. They fire it in, and Ellie Shaw, standing tall, grabbing that one with the catch glove. We'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of Ellie. Puck is dropped. It's played up to the point. We'll go D to D. We'll walk. We'll shoot. Gets through, but gets out to the half wall, where we fire into an Islander who then turns and fires it back towards the net. It's blocked to the side by Ellie Shaw, and then the defenders clean on it. They played it to himself. It's a hand pass. It's a hand pass. He got it right. You can't play it to yourself anymore. It's a hand pass. But he read it, picked it out, and then hand passed it to himself. So we lose the opportunity. So it's one of those rules I don't like in hockey. You used to be able to play it to yourself. You can touch it, but you can no longer do that. And it's called sometimes, called other times. That one, it hurt us. But play continues now. We're in the zone. Shipped forward. Winton will collect. Poke. Kills that scoring opportunity. He'll play back out the board for Puchero. Puchero trying to get off that wall, met by an orange jersey. Now Dannenhauer will collect. He's going to ring it the other way, where Fazio will get to it at the hash marks. But he's met with some resistance and he's kept in at the point. Sarbisky plays it out into the neutral zone. We're unable to collect. The Islanders intercept, and now we're coming the other way. Fazio rides him off the puck. Puchero gets it back out in the neutral zone. Dannenhauer trying to get his stick on it. Fazio collects it. He gets his toes up. He's coming. He'll gain the line. He'll fire it in. Paddle aside. And now Puchero's in on the forecheck. Again, an awesome scoring threat opportunity. Killed dead earlier. I keep going back to it. It's one of those calls I do not like. But we have to continue to play. Create another opportunity as Puchero was trying to chip past the defender and try to create that space for himself again. But the Islanders able to remove it and get it in the corner where Spittle will hit and pin. Now Maurer hitting pins. Puck battle ensues. We're ringing around the other way where Carr will close in on it. Carr plays it ahead to Fazio. It's a good first pass. He's got Puchero leaking behind. Raise it across, but the Islanders stick it aside, collect, and now they're coming the other way with it. They'll play forward. Carr will collect this one. He'll reverse up. He's going to put it off the boards, but that'll go down for an icing as he was north of the red line. So good zone exit. They looked to flip that ice, just read by the Islanders. So we'll come back the other way for a defensive zone draw to the right of Ellie Shaw. And now the Islanders opt to take their in-game timeout. So each bench gets one timeout in a regulation hockey game, unless we're playing in tournament play and they tell us no. So the Middlesex coach, not liking what she's seeing, will draw up some resets on the board to hit reset. 4:19 left in this one. 4-3 Middlesex. So we'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of Ellie Shaw. PHC comes out with Spittle, the money man, and Johnny G. Shaner and Winton on the back end. 4:19 left in this one, trying to create the pressure. Move the other way. Spittle wins this one to Pacelli. Pacelli turns and fires it up the boards, but it's kept in by the Islanders. They play it back across the top of the house. They turn and fire. Ellie makes the first stop, tries to make the second stop, but the patience of the Islanders allowed to step around and slide it in. 5-3, Middlesex. Losing our net front contain, but a result of throwing it up the boards from whence we came. Badenhauer collects. Referee's tied up in that puck battle. He finally finds an escape lane and gets out, but the Islanders come through with the puck. They step in, they turn, they fire. This one gets through Ellie, or into Ellie. And now we'll have some extracurricular activities. It got through the defenders is what I was trying to say, but they contained the shooter, allowing Ellie to step up and stop the puck. The referees do not call any extracurricular activity, so PHC wins this one. Carr will step up, play it up the boards, but it's kept in by the defenders and thrown back in. Maurer will collect. We're trying to leak out of the zone and stretch the ice, but the Islanders read it, collect it, and set up shop in the zone. Badenhauer will collect this one. Will come around the net. He'll play forward, looking for Fazio. Fazio tips off the boards. He's hauled down. Nothing called. He calls the offsides. So Fazio body checked. I'm starting to think late in this one there might be some homer refereeing, meaning we're up here in Boston, the team from Philly not getting the calls. But either way, we got to play. The Islanders gain the line. They step in. They'll play it back across. Badenhauer reads it. Plays out. It's kept in at the point. It's fired in. We'll get in south of the net. We'll walk it back out in front to the guy waiting at the high slot. They fire it back aside, stick to side. Badenhauer will get in support. Gets the puck. Rings it around for Fazio. Fazio chips it out in the neutral zone. Pucciarelli leaking behind. He gets a step. He's got some room. He steps in. He drags fast. Stick aside by the Islanders. Defender gets into the corner where Pucciarelli will try to walk out with it. He'll play it out to Carr at the point. Carr turns and fires. Glove save made. Fazio will recover it behind the net. He'll walk out. He'll reverse down. Looks to play it to Badenhauer. They play it back across to Pucciarelli. Pucciarelli plays it back behind for Badenhauer. Badenhauer's going to try to come back the other way. He's got Pucciarelli. Pucciarelli calls for returns. He fires. Bodied up and worn by the Islanders defender, and they're going to flip this one 200 feet. Is it going to have enough legs to get there? No, it dies just above it, so Carr will collect. He's going to go off the glass. It gets out to the top of the zone. He'll fire it up. He'll chip it through. Fazio will collect, and now he has Pucciarelli with him. It's a 2-on-2. 3-on-2 developing if we hurry. Pucciarelli collects. He fires it into the feet of an Islander defender. Now Badenhauer will get over to it. Plays it back to the point for Winton. Winton's going to walk when he turns. Fires, takes the stick out of the Islanders' hand on the shot, but the shot does not get through. Fazio closes. He recovers the puck. Throws it down where Badenhauer will get on it. Badenhauer trying to use his big frame of his, leaving the puck for opportunity for Fazio, but now the Islanders come out of the scrum with it. They're going to turn. They're going to look to stretch the ice through the center. Maurer realized it and went with them. Foot race ensued, but that one had enough legs and it's whistled dead for the automatic. I was going to say automatic offsides. Whistled dead for icing. Comes all the way back down. Offensive zone draw to the right of Middlesex. 1:26 left in this one. We got Declan Spittle, Dylan Pacelli, Johnny Gerbevec, Billy Maurer, and Shane Zarbiski. Maurer will keep it the line. He walks, backhands it forward. Zarbisky will collect. He fires it in, gets wide. Gerberbeck will try to get after it. He's fought off, and Spittle picks a pocket, but unable to keep it in the zone, and now it's cleared back where Zarbisky will collect it. Tries to play it forward, and Spittle will be tripped, and they'll call that one. 59.8 seconds left on the clock. We have a man up, brought to you by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Let's see if we can get some late game heroics like we started the weekend. Maybe we can end the weekend. They'll pull Ellie Shaw, and they'll go 6-on-4 here. We got Spittle, Pacelli, Gerberbeck, Pucciarero, Zarbisky, and Maurer. Spittle wins this one. It gets over Zarbisky's stick and gets out into the neutral zone. We'll turn and fire it back in, where the Islanders will collect and get it right back out into the neutral zone. But PHC swarms on the puck. Now they'll push it deep, and now Gerberbeck's going to get after it, forcing them to turn back up. They'll play it up the half wall. Spittle will get above it. It's kept in at the line by Zarbisky. Zarbisky turns and fires. Warned by the Islanders defender. Spittle plays it back out front for Pucciarero. Pucciarero bands on the puck, plays it in the corner where Pacelli will collect it and play it back out in front. The goaltender jumps on that one with 21.5 clicks left. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Islanders goalkeeper. So you got Spittle, Pucciarero, Pacelli, Fazio, Dannenhauer, and Zarbisky out there. The puck is pushed forward. Spittle will collect it. He'll play it up the boards to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer chips off the boards. He's trying to push it through. Referee gets in the way. Now we hit and pin. Play it out in front. The Islanders will collect. They'll chip it out in the neutral zone. The horn will sound, and Middlesex holds on to win this one 5-3. So on opening weekend, we leave Boston, Massachusetts area with a 2-2-1 record. Good first five. We'll see you when we get back home in our Philly metro area next weekend. So we'll come out of this one, take some time to work on some things identified this weekend, and get back after it. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Thanks for listening.